Okay, I lied. I'm going to start the first chapter in this book. I just can't wait for Ramona to get here, so I'll be kind of reading both books at the same time. So you guys pick one chapter book that you want to focus on. And then when you're done with it, focusing on this chapter book, switch to the other one. But just focus on one chapter book at a time. This one, it says for ages 6 through 9. But then again, I love reading books like this even. So if you're older than 9, don't just make it be like, oh, well, I'm too old to listen to this. So this is called The Stink Squad. Blech. I'm going to read one chapter at a time in each video. Chapter 1. A break-in is reported. Now sniff closely, whiff. Gilbreth announced to his faithful dog. I have a great idea. This invention is going to help me become a famous, okay, how do I say this? Audiologist, like Uncle Schwarter. Woof, said Whiff. I have stored scent samples in these tiny capsules. Capsules are like little pills. So I can practice odor identification anytime I want. 9-year-old Gilbreth pushed up his glasses and tugged in his modest nose to encourage his growth. For example, he went on, now, if you know what this is, Whiff, he snapped open a quiz capsule under Whiff's nose, wet muzzle. Woof! Whiff whined, putting a paw over his sensitive nose. Looks like he's smelling it. Gilbert looked at the capsule label. Right, Whiff? He said. Skunk in a garage can at night. That one was easy. Gilbert snapped open a second capsule and waved it back and forth under the Whiff's nostrils. How about this one? He asked, checking the label. Whiff licked his lips and wagged his tail. Oh, good job, Whiff. It is teriyaki steak and lobster in a doggy bag. Gilbert and Whiff were sitting by a toasty fire in their uncle's cedar cabin high in the mountains. Armours and spicy sausage, buttery eggs, and brown sausage muffins floated from the kitchen where their uncle, Dr. Schwarter, was hard at work cooking brunch. Sounds delicious, man. I think I should go to bed and get ready for brunch tomorrow. So, okay, I'll continue, I promise. Gilbreth and his uncle, who was the world's leader private nose, were taking a well-deserved break from crime fighting. They were planning to rest their noses, make sure their equipment was in good working order, and have the snotmobile tuned up. A snotmobile? That sounds kind of gross. The next threat of odor and annihilation could have come from anywhere, anytime. But for now, Gilbert leaned back, closed his eyes, and took a deep breath. Crisp autumn leaves, bubbly apple cider, and the smell of his favorite foods wafting from kitchen. It was the scent heaven from audiologist in training in his trusty bloodhound. Gilbreth was lucky to be able to suspend time with his famous uncle while his parents were traveling around the world. Oh, lucky him, he gets to be with his uncle. He smelled his uncle around. Let's try another quiz capsule, Gilbreth said, pulling a third capsule from the pocket and cracking it open. This time without looking at its label. They sniffed the waxy scent of dripping candles, the cold, smooth fragrance of vanilla ice cream, and finally the sugary smell of cake and frosting. Gilbert tucked his nose thoughtfully. It's going to be birthday party with one of our favorites. Whoa! That reminds me, Uncle Schwarter's birthday is only 2 days away. What are we going to get him? They both tried to think of the perfect gift. Suddenly, the calm was broken by familiar sharp order, like fruit punch syrup. Smellophone! Dr. Schwarter called from the kitchen. Gilbert tucked the odor capsules into his pocket and lifted the receiver. Hello? He said, pushing up his glasses. The fragrances that greeted him through the nose pieces were jumbled, and Gilbert could barely make them out. Oh my goodness! Gilbert shouted, a desperate voice. It's me, Celia Baker, your uncle's secretary. I'm here at the old factory, and well, it's just stinks. There's been a break-in. Smells are going crazy. Odors are running wild. I can't control them. You must come in right away. Don't worry, Miss Beaker, Gilbert told her. I'll tell Uncle Schwarter, and we'll be there as soon as we can. Hurry, Gilbert. Everything from lovely fragrances to horrible stinks have been released from Dr. Schwarter's storage bottles. It's overpowering. It's overwhelming. It's... Ah! Miss Beaker? Miss Beaker. Are you all right, Miss Beaker? A thick mixture of fumes washed over Gilbert from the smellophone just before Line went dead. Chapter 2 tomorrow. Good night, everyone.